The economic outlook may be improving, but the average time Americans spend out of work is now nearly 9 months. KPBS reporter Kyla Calvert tells us about two San Diegans who are using their longer than expected joblessness to make some big changes.
In his 2 decades as a software engineer, 54-year-old Robert Cunningham has ridden the waves of other economic downturns. During the dot-com boom and bust, he watched employers fold, lost jobs, picked up, and moved on. So when he was laid off 2 years ago, he was expecting more of the same.
I went from full-time to part-time 2 years ago, and then that ended 18 months ago in June. And so I did have some warning that I'd be going to zero income, but I thought, I'd always get another job. Didn't happen.
At first, Cunningham filled his time just like any job seeker would.
After the initial shock, getting the resume up to speed, getting onto all the online job sites, you do that for a couple months, and then you realize, I've hit all the high tech in San Diego.
At that point, Cunningham could have just gotten discouraged and depressed. A lot of people do, says marriage and family therapist David Peters.
We see some people kind of just holed up in their house, eating poorly, sleeping poorly, maybe drinking, and doing nothing but watching TV, which is one of the worst things you could do in terms of a reaction because the need is so great to take action.
Peters tells patients to get creative about ways to make some kind of income. That could mean organizing neighbors' closets or looking to freelance their professional skills. But he says it's also important to focus on more than work.
Get lots of exercise because it wards off depression and it helps keep the brain in top shape.
Cunningham knows the benefits of regular exercise well. Once his job hunt slowed, a friend got him to join the San Diego Triathlon Club, and now his weeks look a lot different.
Monday afternoons, I do a strength training workout, and then I do a run. That's Monday and Wednesday, and then Tuesday mornings, I ride Point Loma and then do a short 2-mile run. Saturday morning, I do a 30-mile bike ride with the Triathlon Club. And I do a couple of ocean swims, and those are 1 or 2 miles in the water. Actually, that sounds like a lot when you add it up. I don't know if I'll ever be able to find a job that'll support that lifestyle.
He's still looking for engineering jobs and says taking on triathlon has kept the depression he experienced much of his life at bay. For Cunningham, that means he's more competitive when he does get interviews.
Being depressed in an interview, it's impossible to succeed. You have to make an emotional connection. You have to be very alert, listening very closely, responding not just to the technical content of a question, but to the emotional overtones of it, because they want to feel you out as a person.
Triathlon training isn't for everyone, though. Instead of physically remaking himself, Scott Atkinson decided to go back to school at age 55 after 30 years as a mechanical designer. He's getting a degree in graphic design for video games, but making that decision took a while.
Probably 6 months, I think. So I was really nervous about the financial implications. Living pretty close to the bone, and I was very concerned about getting any deeper into debt, and I knew nothing about trying to get my way through grants and scholarship searches and all of that.
Atkinson has taken money out of his retirement accounts and says he scrimps on everything now, from canceling magazine subscriptions to skipping trips to the dentist. He's still looking for jobs that use his old skills to carry him through his 3-year degree, but pursuing a new career gives him something positive to focus on.
It's very satisfying to make a decision on a future course of action and start working at it. That's very exciting. I definitely see it as the silver lining. I think I was about ready to make a change anyway, because the work was very stressful, and I really didn't enjoy it.
Therapist David Peters says a willingness to be creative and flexible can help any job seeker, not just someone looking to change careers or lifestyles. Kyla Calvert, KPBS News.